with. They're going to feel this day. It's the longest stage of the entire race at 217, and they've not been hanging about.
No, they haven't. It's been a very fast stage. The first hour was run off at 50 kilometres an hour, but you know, looking at the favourites for today, Peter Sagan in the green jersey is there. It's hard to look past them, but don't discount Alaphilippe in a finish like this. You know, we've seen his accelerations yesterday. It'd be nice to see who else is in here. We know most of the general classification riders are in here. Possibly not. We haven't seen him yet. Lachlan Morton of the Jelly Belly team, who had that unfortunate crash just at the bottom of this previous climb.
I think Peter Sagan's got a great investment for today. The green jersey is here. It'd be good to see a real punch-up between Sagan and Alaphilippe yet again. Sagan, of course, wearing number 1 here. A man who knows this race, has won this race. Alaphilippe wounded last time by runner-up, don't forget, by just a couple of seconds here in California, and wants a piece of it, quite frankly, and it could well be another piece today after feasting himself on the high mountains yesterday. It could be the fast peaks today. The green jersey of Sagan is almost dead center of this group. You can see his broad shoulders, almost easier to pick out a rainbow jersey, but you're not going to have that gift. And there is Tekla Hamanot and saying, look, he's asking for assistance here, and he's not getting it, I'm afraid. And there is the man who's off the front still by a margin of just 10 seconds with 4.6 kilometers to go. This is that big highway I was telling you about before we make our cut to the racetrack, and all the approaches and the busyness of it once we get onto it in a short while.
Yeah, the race is still on. Just only 8 seconds to Gregory Daniel. 4 kilometres to go now, so it won't be long until we hit this sharp climb. In fact, we're just turning right to head onto it. So this is the last climb. It's just over 1 kilometre long, but there's 16 degrees pitches on this climb.
There we are, yellow stripe dead centre. There are 16-degree pitches. It's 10.3 average, but it's only over 1.1 kilometres. And so some nasty tests to be taken as well. Here we are, big turn then. Plenty of them still to come, as you will see. So Greg Daniel still burying himself. He's only got 8 seconds on the chases at the moment, 3.7 kilometres only. So we're going to be coming into that difficult part, indeed the track in a short while, as you'll see. And here we are, 14.2 is the maximum. Brian added another 2% just for a laugh. Nobody's smiling down there. This is absolute full bore, as you can see. Brett Buchwalter's in there, so is Rowan Dennis. And as you look further back through this chasing pack right now, suddenly you see Alaphilippe and the golden jersey, and he's bouncing happily up this incline right now. Oh, there we go. Is that Haas that's decided to line it up? Haas goes for it. Who's he going to drag with him? Strong he most certainly is. Was this what Mark Cavendish was working for all day, giving them the excuse not to work? Well, he's working hard now. Yeah, it's a good effort. A lot of the GC contenders just behind him. Looks like Brent Buchwalter is the BMC rider. I do believe that Greg Van Avermaet is also still in this group, but just see the steepness of the group. It's very difficult, and you just see George Bennett on the left-hand side for Lotto NL Jumbo, and just behind him you can see Greg Van Avermaet. Wow, this is real burying stuff. Trekko on the push right now as well. Peter Stetten has been extremely busy. Arredondo was yesterday, and here is that's a proper gap, Brian, all of a sudden. Yeah, he's just attacking over the top. One of the young Axiom riders. No acceleration from the front of the peloton. That was a very difficult part of this climb. Just coming up to the 3 kilometres to go. Peter Sagan comes up towards the front and accelerates with Nathan Haas on the wheel. Oh, there we go. 3 Ks remaining, and this is proper stuff. Checkered flags announcing Laguna Seca to everybody, and look at how much road they're starting to use here. Nobody wants to assist anybody else. Julian Alaphilippe yesterday bode his time very, very well. I'm just looking through this group to see where he is. Indeed, there he is. All of a sudden it pops up. We've got Katusha represented here as well. Not quite sure who it is. I don't think it's Vandenbroek. Is it Mercado? We'll see in a few moments' time. Very, very good effort here going on from Guerrero, from Axion Hagens. Just 21 years of age, the Portuguese. a neo-pro and riding against some very, very big names here, and maybe riding himself into a bit of glory. Axion Hagens Berman have been busy in the breaks, I think it's fair to say. Yesterday, of course, they had Nielsen Paulus we were talking about, and Dan Gregory did such a good job to get that combativity award, and this might well be a bid to get that jersey yet again. He is the leader, Guerrero himself, having come to naught, and these party guys, I'm afraid, are making a nuisance of himself. Almost running between the motorcycle and the rider is only going to be a distraction. Big flag as well, just destined to take somebody out, hopefully not. Here we are then, they come up to the KOM and suddenly the pace changes almost dramatically, and away they go, trying to dig into this one. That was Restrepo of Katusha, still, I think, believing that his help might be required, and Peter Sagan rolls to the front, almost ominously, off the back of a duo of BMC riders, as you can see, which is Dennis Buchwalter and another. In a few moments' time we'll get those, but just so close to glory, and Philippe goes for it. Alaphilippe picks it up, the yellow jersey. This is what he tried to do yesterday, and I believe that is Dennis that's going alongside him for the time being. They're going to eat into the gap and possibly shoot by. Let's see. In fact, it's a nice little turn, looking for Sagan as well here. In fact, it's Lotto Jumbo, I beg your pardon, it's Sagan that's staying with it. And in fact, Alaphilippe, I look further back down and I can't see the golden jersey after declaring it.
Yeah, he's just propped right on the front, Alaphilippe, but just the sorry, that was George Bennett, but Alaphilippe is not currently there at the moment. Nathan Haas goes for it. We're on this circuit.
And here goes Sagan. He zigzags all over the place, doesn't want to drag anyone with him, and it looks like Alaphilippe is trying to pick it up. He's not there. He is in the back. He's about P10 or 12 at the moment. Big one, big dig from Haas as we're on the raceway here, so heading for the corkscrew, which zigzags all over the place. Peter Sagan does that almost naturally so, and there he is. He just weaves away and says, I'm not interested in helping anybody else out here. 1.9 remaining. It's going to be a dash for the line here.
Yeah, the problem with for Nathan Haas now is there are too many BMC riders here, and one of the BMC riders is in fact Greg Van Avermaet, and everybody knows in the past the duels between Peter Sagan and Greg Van Avermaet have always gone Greg Van Avermaet's way. So unfortunately for Nathan Haas, there are numbers for BMC and they're trying to bring him back.
Cannondale as well, still very much involved. I don't even know whether Walter Vippert has made it up and over here. If he has, he's going to be a huge danger. There is Sagan then, not wanting to invest too much, especially in this flotilla of BMC racing men all around Sagan. They're mobbing him at the moment, and that's Van Avermaet is just staying on Sagan's wheel. Sagan knows he's there and starts weaving almost immediately. Doesn't want to offer up any kind of help, and it's opening the road elsewhere.
Yeah, two of the Axiom riders are absolutely amazing the way these riders are riding at the moment. It's a development team, and in fact it's one of the Trek riders at Stettin that is trying to accelerate at the moment. So an acceleration from Peter Stettin, a second in the general classification.
Sagan, no choice but to chase on, and Greg Van Avermaet's going to stay with him as they come into the corkscrew, aptly named. There we are, a left and then a right down at the bottom. Big runoff for some of the cars that have been claimed here as we come under the Flamme Rouge. It says 1300 meters, 1300 meters. Forget that. They're nearly there. Now then, it's going to be an out-and-out sprint this. So I suspect Greg Van Avermaet against Sagan, but there could be others that get involved here. And Trek want to be part of this. That's not Carl Reinen, is it? We'll see in a few moments' time. 600 meters to go then, a little bit less than that. Sagan goes aero, and he knows that Greg Van Avermaet as well is close at hand. We're on the racetrack, and we are going for this. They've readjusted the distance to the line rather strangely. Couple of curves still to take, and here we go. The final one is here right now. It winds out, and as soon as they get the release, you better go for it. Haas it is that picks it up, and Sagan just weaves all over the place, tries to knock out Van Avermaet, can't quite do so. In fact, Taylor Finney of the same team, of course, would have been handy in a moment such as this. So Sagan buries himself. Can he get there? And the answer is yes. Wow, Peter Sagan takes his second stage win of this race and does so with great quality and aplomb. And Julian Alaphilippe, mixing it with the quick boys, not that far behind either.
Yeah, he retains that yellow or golden jersey, but what an exciting finish. And every rider was trying to go on the attack, trying to win that